Radio Libre Expression.
Hello to everyone on Radio Libre Expression. Today we're so happy to have with us Mohammed Bugi Ansari. Assalamu alaikum, Mohammed.
Wa alaikum salam. I am so glad that we managed to come again online and we can talk to each other.
So Mohammed, the Kalash people, where they live exactly?
The Kalash people live in north of Pakistan. And earlier, 121 years ago, they also lived 100,000 in Afghanistan, in the border area. If you ask any anthropologist, especially in working in a museum, who are Kalash, he will immediately say, yes, we know about Kalash.
And for the people who doesn't know, these people, they are not Muslims. So tell us exactly what they believe, because they believe in many different things, if I understand, right, Mohammed?
Yes, they believe in lots of things which are mostly like folk stories, because they did not have any written script. The father told the son told his own son what they heard from grandfather and village chiefs. So they also summon deities and fairies, but there is no static sculpture where Kalash go to worship. They don't worship any idol. Everything is for spirituality of the living being, for the goodwill of humanity. You can call them pagans, you can call them earlier Zoroastrians, Christians are missionaries going there, Jews are coming there. Muslims are living next door, fanatics are going there, but all Kalash believe in is purity and impurity. And when somebody dies,
yes,
a wooden sculpture is made 1 year after he is dead to remember him. Then the whole clan, his family name, joins together. So sometimes they sacrifice almost 200 goats for the dead. But what they are doing, they are feeding all the families with goat meat. So there is, up till that time, there is no worshipping, nothing. It is just a goodwill gesture to honor the dead. Let me tell you about spirituality of Kalash.
Yes, please go
ahead. There is a small land dispute among two persons. Then they sacrifice a goat and summon the spirit. And the man goes into a trance and he says, yes, your land is right, but it was from here to here. And this thing, nobody says no to it. Like for instance, in 2010, last year, we had very big floods in Pakistan, in northern areas of Pakistan.
Oh yes, big flood.
And a man who is the spiritual man, he had the dream one day before. And he told the Kalash people, get out, get out, get out. The next morning, they all went away. And the floods came. So these things are controlled by a man. He is like a spiritual leader, but he is a shaman.
Shaman, yes.
Yes, shaman. He has no worldly delight. He's never been to school. He's not gone out to look after the herds. He doesn't irrigate land. Everybody has respect to him, gives him a small portion. Okay, do this. So much wheat for you, so much grain for you, so much honey for you, so much milk for you. Then he summons spirits. Also, it's a place called Sajigor.
Yes, I see what you mean, Mohammed. And today, with what's going on in Egypt, just a few days ago, they start again go out in the streets and everything, not only in Egypt, but other countries too. What happened in Pakistan with the Kalash people? I mean, they try to little bit have more freedom, or it's okay for them? They have enough freedom or not?
Kalash have their own freedom. If tourists are not going to Kalash, this means there is something wrong with the world economy. But you have to understand, I have lived in Egypt for not a very long time, just about 10 to 12 days. Such a long suppression, when you suppress a nation for 40 long years, what will the nation do? In his memory, people came out on the street, and this was the turning point in the whole world. When the Europeans come out on the street, This means that alarm bells goes on thanks to internet. You cannot suppress people anymore in this town, in this world, in these economic situations. What the West is paying now, it has to do a lot with the Afghan policies. How can you suffocate all the people with propaganda? Don't tell them anything how much you have spent. You have spent almost $20 trillion on war. 3 wars. Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait. Instead of solving the core problems of Palestine, you are pestering one place, bombing another place, sending drone attacks to another nation, and it keeps on going on. But at intellectual level, the Woodstock generation is watching you also. So the minute Woodstock generation gets a hand, they're sending their own propaganda and say, okay, we are peace-loving people, so let's try peace, peace, peace. Who could have imagined that there will be riots in England or France will be burned? So all these repercussions are happening. It is time for people to understand that the world media is not a small little capsule, 30 by 40 centimeters of a computer. These are living people. They are faxing. They are interacting. They are sending small messages to the whole world community. Okay, I am in Kalash. My voice is not heard today. So I will send an SMS to Ireland. Ireland Human Rights Committee will internationally inform everybody. One Kalash is in trouble in Kalash. So 1 day, 2 days later, help will arrive there. But why are we blocked? We don't know. I write so many times columns on Facebook and they just disappear. Why? This means I cannot correspond with my own friends. Can there be another Jean-Paul Sartre? I don't think so. Will there be another Molière? I don't think so. Will there be another sleeping parties of the surrealists? I don't think so. But you have to understand what France got as a revolution. They threw away the king, brought a common man. All common men are equal. This is what is happening in the whole world. But people suppress, keep on suppressing, giving them third world status, black, white, pink, blue, Chinese, Korean, this, that, all kinds of Japanese. This is not fair. Let's come to terminology of humanity. Then you will solve lots of problems. I don't think so at this moment. The cat is out of the bag. You have to warn everybody. I have seen a man walking, pepper spraying students in a line. How can you do that? While the students are sitting on the floor.
What is the solution, Mohammed? Do you think the solution is for all of us to go out in the streets?
Yes, I think first of all is to make an impact. Go out, but be careful. No violence. What happened in England was out of control because the youth are, few days ago, I was almost crying because this is no way to treat human beings. You know, Greek students were trapped in an underground station and the Greek police kept firing tear gas. So imagine what happened there. This is no, are they conquering their own youth? This is no way to treat. This is the way, sorry to say again, I will bring more and more examples. For 21 days, nobody said a word and Israel kept bombing the Palestinians, right, left and center because there was a vacuum gap. But where was the vacuum gap in Greece or in England? I don't think so. All these students, all these people who are coming, the trade unionists, everybody had enough. So now it is time, step by step, they are very well organized, I must say. There is no leftist or there is no supremacist or there is not a single white supremacist is involved. This is totally common man's movement. Nobody is claiming, do this, do that, do that, do that. Everybody is saying, let's solve things in a gentleman's honor.
Yes.
Millions of people are marching on the street. Why? Because it is more than enough. In winter, so many people died in England because nobody was looking after them. Is this the way to treat a civilized society? I don't think so. Let me repeat my words again. We stand by the students at this moment, internationally. Either the student is from United States, or he is from Bolivia, or he is from Bakersfield, California. I don't care. As long as he's a student and he's a young man, he's from Greece, from Europe, from Arab, from China, from any part of the world. We stand by you in this hour of crisis, because when we were young, at the age of 16, at the age of 17, I also did the same thing. We came out. I've traveled in more than 40 countries. I've been around the world twice. And I know the basic mentality of human being. I'm also not perfect, but I have been through so many things. I've been through so many phases of life. A good holiday season and season's greetings to all of you.
Thanks a lot for what you say, Mohammed, and God bless you, and may God help you in all your work.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Mohammed.